Good afternoon, everybody. Rob Altman, chair of the Frisco Veterans Advisory Committee, and today I've got our veteran leaders from Frisco, North Texas area to talk to you about what we're all doing during this time with the coronavirus and what our message of encouragement to you and our families in this community are. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Sheena Lawless.
Hey guys, I'm Sheena Lawless, the Frisco VFW Commander, and we just wanted to say that we've been doing good, staying well, healthy, all good here. As a VFW, we've been actively supporting our local veterans and families in need, just doing health and welfare checks on everyone that we can in our community, just extending our reach as far as we can go. And then also kind of just enjoying a little bit of our quality family time too. This situation has kind of forced some of us to slow down a bit. And it's always good to take the time to slow down and reflect and spend some quality time with your family. So we're definitely thankful for that as well. I think we as veterans understand how quickly things can flip, especially those that have deployed into a conflict. Just as in war, we all come together and it's tough on all of us, even our families, our communities, it's tough. And I think me as the Frisco VFW Commander just wanted to say to everybody, veterans, families, community, you're not alone. Attitude is everything. So sometimes it's a little hard to stay positive when you're cooped up and the walls are closing in, but just know that the positivity during this time that you can reflect upon and influence your family with, it's essential. And also that we continue to serve. We continue to serve you. So if you need anything, anybody, just please pick up the phone and give us a call. We have a team ready and willing to serve. And as a mom, I'm a mom too. So just telling parents that it's okay to not, just to cut yourself some slack. It's okay. You don't have to juggle everything completely efficiently. Some of you may try. I definitely know that feeling, but it's okay not to be efficient 24/7. So Frisco VFW Commander, we're here for you. Just call us if you need anything.
Thanks, Sheena. Really appreciate that. Good, encouraging word. Okay, next up, Mr. Fred Rogers.
Thank you. I'm Fred Rogers, Commander of the Frisco American Legion Post. Personally, Glenna and I are taking advantage of this beautiful weather to work in our yard and to exercise. Also trying to move a lot of projects forward with the American Legion Post 178, American Legion 4th District, and other volunteer responsibilities. The leadership of Post 178 adopted buddy checks. This is a personal phone call to members checking on their health, welfare, and ensuring they know how to reach us if they need help. We started with our oldest members first, and now we're about halfway down through our Vietnam-era veterans. One attribute we all learned quickly starting the first day of our military service is that we take care of each other. Today, we are all in this together has become a popular catchphrase, and it's like it's a brand new concept. But veterans know that already. Our service at Post 178 has always been external, and we continue during this time of crisis to reach out to the veterans, their families, children and youth, and the community when requested. Post 178 is available to assist with questions and guidance. Our benevolence committee is still taking applications for assistance. I genuinely believe we will come out stronger, and one way we can accomplish this is to continue to serve others. Each branch of our military has a phrase to reaffirm our support to one another. Mine was, "I've got your six." Thank you, and may God bless America.
Thank you, Fred. All right, Ray. Your turn, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. Ray Gal. I'm actually the Marine Corps League Detachment Commandant-elect. And on behalf of my wife, Maria, and I, we have been actually very we've always spent quality time together. We enjoyed the quality time together as empty nesters. And more so now, what we've been able to do, and as a matter of fact, Zoom is a lifesaver because we've been able to reach out to our kids, the grandkids that are spread out throughout the United States. And most recent as yesterday, and we've been having frequent phone calls and video conferences with them. We're able to see them, so that's a good thing. But we've really been taking this time to reach out to others personally and pray for one another. Just for her and myself, that's part of the things we do. And spend unhurried time with each other. That's one of the things we have to remember to do as we slow down. Is a time to reflect, spend unhurried time with each other without any distractions away from that. So I encourage you to continue to do that. On behalf of the Marine Corps League, Collin County, I know Fred just mentioned a key word. He talked about service. And, if I may quote for a minute, American philosopher Cornel West, who mentioned, or he said, you cannot save the people if you don't serve the people. And that is so pertinent when you talk about service. So today I want all of our veterans and families to recognize and take comfort in knowing that the members of the Collin County Marine Corps League stand together as one in your need, what you have, the needs you have, the needs your family have, as this nation faces a health crisis like none other. As a detachment, we've always set aside one of our goals to say that we are most ready when our community is least ready to render assistance and render our time to those most in need. So I want you to be encouraged that whatever your need is, it could be something as simple as you need a phone call for a word of upliftment, a word of prayer, a word of someone to just talk to. Whether it be a phone call, whether it's about getting a ride to go and get key essentials from the store, or your key medication, or just to go to any other institution you need to go to if you need financial assistance. Just remember that we stand committed to do that as Collin County Marine Corps League. So we're here, and we implore that you just call upon us. We'll be here for that. In closing, I want to say, and it takes me back to my biblical roots, and I remember one of my favorite scriptures, especially in this time. It's Psalm 133, and most of you probably have heard of it in the beginning of it, that states, "Behold, how good and pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity." So it's a great thing that we're doing here. So I join together with my fellow brethren in arms to come to each one of you in a time of need to let you know that we are here for you. May God bless you and continue to cover you. Simplify.
Well, I'd say hoorah, but I didn't learn that phrase, Ray. I learned it. And for our shipmates and swim buddies out there, I'll say hoo-yah. So everyone, again, I'm Rob Altman from the Frisco Veterans Advisory Committee, and each of these veteran leaders that have talked to you about what they're doing and how they can help and how they can encourage you during this time are the leaders of our action arms. And I'm just really honored to have the opportunity to serve alongside of each of you. During this time, I'm working from home, but I usually work from home, and I travel when I travel, but that has been put on hold. And so my wife, Shelly, and I, what we're going through is helping a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old out with their e-learning. And I just thank Frisco ISD for having such a great school district and amazing educators. And I'll talk about that in my little encouragement block. But our first responders and educators and people in North Texas are wonderful. And I was telling Sheena earlier before we started our video that I've got one young person who is a go-getter and one who I'm dragging and hope and pray that I can get him across the finish line. But I share that with you just, I know many of you parents out there or parents with small children you're affected by this. And so I just want to say hang in there. And with respect to my encouragement is that these leaders that you're hearing from today are phenomenal. Their networks are amazing. The ability for us to reach out and ask for help in our community, should you need it, resides here because we have people that have a heart for service and just love veterans families. And with respect to encouragement. I'm reading a book right now called Lessons in Disaster. And in the spirit of our Vietnam veterans, it talks about McGeorge Bundy, the former national security advisor to President Kennedy and President Johnson. And I'll take that quick note to say, hey, thank you, Vietnam veterans, for your service. We appreciate you. We love you. I'm looking forward to the VFW's future welcome home ceremony that was postponed. But your generation informed my generation. The Vietnam generation allowed Colin Powell, before we went into Desert Storm, to say, hey, we're going to go about this differently. And I know John lived through that. And the Vietnam generation informed so much of my strategic education as a military member. So, this too will pass, and we're better, we're stronger together, and we have such a wonderful community, and we care about each of you so much. You're absolutely not alone. Every single one of us has endured hardship in some way, so don't hesitate to pick up a phone or send an email to one of us to help meet you where you are. And with that, I'll turn it over to our fearless leader, John Keating.
Hey, guys. Greetings, America. Hey, well, it's good to see you all. And wow, you all have touched on a lot of great subjects. Really quick, the Keating family is doing great. Leslie's been very busy with her different boards, and we're all facing kind of the same challenges, but in different ways. She's on the board for Make-A-Wish, and so a lot of the different Make-A-Wish things aren't going to happen this year, and they're concerned about fundraising, what they're going to do for the kids. And I hear this all over town with Fast Packs and Love Packs here in Frisco, and you all mentioned the school district and the work they're doing with the e-learning, but they're still trying to feed kids too that are in need. So it's another area that's of concern. Obviously, working on city council, we're up there every week. We're getting our information on the COVID virus from national sources, state sources. We're working with our county commissioners. Frisco's unique because we're split right down the center. We're half Collin, half Denton. So that presents a unique opportunity for Mayor Jeff Cheney. And our council, I'm proud to say, has been united at this time. We have not made this political. We've made this about our city and about our citizens. And it's just been fascinating. It's been wonderful to watch our veterans lead the way. Oftentimes folks say, hey, what can we do for our veterans? And before I can answer, someone else is standing right there. They say, wait, what are you talking about? Our veterans, they're already out there. Our veterans are the ones collecting the food, collecting the goods, delivering it. They're way ahead of everybody else. You don't need to worry about the veterans. They're getting it done. I hear Sheena's name out there. I hear Fred's name out there. I hear American Legion. I hear VFW. I hear FAC. I hear all the different clubs and all the different organizations. Send the Marines, all this stuff. Everybody's way out front and getting it done. And I know, within our own organization, within our own groups here, we do have our own folks we're trying to take care of, and that's awesome as well. And so if you're watching the tape and you're at home and you're feeling like, well, you're left out, you're not part of that effort, and your computer doesn't work, and you're not on Zoom, and you're not part of these things, let us know. Reach out to me or anyone that's on here. Fred and Sheena have just about everybody's phone number and email and things like that. And we're all available to, give you a quick chat or email or text or something. There's all kinds of funny little memes floating around and fun stuff. Enjoy the great weather. If you can get out and walk around your block, you'll see that everybody's out there walking their dogs, or kids are on bikes, and everyone's keeping their distance, but no one's freaking out. I think one of the great leadership examples we can all present is that we're not panicking. We've been through far worse. Sheena sent an email. There was some back and forth going between the city, and Sheena said, hey, these guys have been through, they've dealt with Agent Orange, they've dealt with burning oil fields, they've dealt with minefields, barbed wire, tanks, planes, ships. These guys are not worried about the COVID virus. It was awesome. It was the best response ever. It was fantastic. And that's the kind of thing, that's the kind of leadership that our citizens love it. They know what a veteran is. They know what we do. They know what happens when we put on the uniform and head out the door and go down range. The wonderful thing is we've got so many great Americans right here at home continuing to serve their country by serving their community. And I'll close with this, and Rob touched on it. Today is Vietnam War Veterans Day. It's March 29th. In 2017, and I'm cheating here, I'm using my cheat notes here. 2017, President Trump signed into law the Vietnam War Veterans Recognition Act, designating today, March 29th, as National Vietnam War Veterans Day. On this day in 1973, the United States Military Assistance Command in Vietnam was closed, and the last U.S. combat troops departed Vietnam. That same day, Hanoi released the last of its acknowledged POWs, and today we pay tribute to the men and women who served during the Vietnam War. We thank you for your service. We honor your sacrifice. And you guys have heard me say this before, and I've heard you all say it too. Welcome home. Fantastic, fantastic work. And Rob's right. You know, the lessons we learned in Vietnam saved so many lives. Saved my butt in the Gulf War. The lessons we learned there: low intensity conflict, counterinsurgency, every air attack, keeping your classified information classified, all that great stuff. So, hey, on behalf of the City of Frisco, Mayor Jeff Chan and your City Council, thank you guys for all that you do. And thank you, I can't say this often enough, thank you for continuing to serve your country by serving your community.